I'm Luca Casarini from Mediterranea Saving Humans. I am the head of mission on the sea normally, but today I represent all Mediterranea in this for us fundamental and honorable action of supporting to the fight that is in act in Tripoli. From 1 month, thousands refugees fight for the dignity and the life in Libya and in Tripoli, and they self-organize the action in one permanent assembly. The name is Refugees in Libya, and we support today this action because we want that their voice break the wall of indifference of the authority, and their voice go inside our society, because they call for evacuation from the hell of the Libya situation and the system of Libya. The system of Libya is a problem of the Italian and the European government, because they make this system. And okay, I give the speech now to Ilaria Masinara from Amnesty International that support with us this action. And for this moment is all, and then after the speech of Ilaria, directly speak David from Tripoli.
Thank you, Luca. Okay, thank you, Luca. We are really honored to be here, and my special thanks goes to people in Tripoli that's gonna share these stories and voices in a little while. I just wanna recall 2 main points. One, we are here to support the calls we're gonna hear in a moment, and one of this call is the evacuation of all the people in Tripoli and all around Libya suffering from violence and abuses due to the cooperation agreement with Libya. This is a very short-term call, and we should support the assembly of refugees in Tripoli, try to get this point in a very short term. This is something we should achieve. This is something we should push the political level for. The second point is the cease of the cooperation with Libya, because all the suffering, all the violences, all the abuses that we're gonna hear in a while come from the cooperation agreement Italy built in 2017. With this 2 main points and the idea of this network as an active network to create change, I'm gonna leave the floor to Tripoli and to the voices of people over there.
Okay, thank you, Ilaria.
David, can you unmute? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to unmute. I have some problem with my earpiece.
We can hear you, though. We can hear you very well.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, we can.
Well, I'm Yambia David from South Sudan, and I'm right here in Tripoli, where the protests have been going for almost 4 weeks now. And the situation have you all see on social media and in different platforms. It's not really helping, it's not really supporting, and we feel that we have been forgotten. We are abandoned to sleep in the street. And we just want to share our voice. We want to raise our voice and the voice of these children that you see and pregnant women all around here. And this is our hope, because there is not much we can do. We don't have enough weapon to face the people that are killing us. And the only thing we can do is to raise our voices through press conferences like this. And we also appreciate your solidarity with us here in Tripoli and across Libya as refugees. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, David. You can continue.
I'm sorry, I have some problem with the ear.
Ci sono dei problemi, credo, col collegamento con David a Tripoli. Adesso lo ripristiniamo, cerchiamo di ripristinarlo subito.
Ma nel frattempo possiamo dire anche che è aperto a domande, quindi adesso se riusciamo a ripristinare il collegamento, poi possiamo pensare anche con il collegamento un po' più stabile di fare un giro di domande, se vogliamo.
Visto il momento di stallo, se mi permettete intervengo un attimo per dirvi che mi chiamo Tobias e lavoro da Bruxelles, non so se mi sentite.
Sì, sentiamo.
Grazie. No, volevo dirvi che adesso sto avviando un lavoro proprio sulla questione migratoria con l'onorevole Riccardo Maggi. E vi volevo proporre se, quando il lavoro sarà impostato, volete partecipare a qualche nostra riunione, perché sicuramente lavoreremo sulla questione Libia e anche su questo discorso dell'evacuazione delle persone e della tutela dei rifugiati che ancora oggi subiscono un sacco di discriminazioni, di violenze, di torture proprio sul territorio libico.
Sì, grazie Tobias. David mi scrive che si sta riconnettendo. Inviterei tutte le persone che sono presenti a questa conferenza stampa a scrivere in chat proposte o altre cose che riguardano questa situazione. Oggi noi abbiamo organizzato questa cosa per dare voce nei media italiani mese che queste persone stanno lottando davanti
a Luca, scusa se ti interrompo, David si è ricollegato.
Ok.
David, can you hear
David.
us?
I'm sorry, I had some technical issues.
It's okay, don't worry, we can completely understand. Someone in the chat in the meantime was asking if you can tell us how many people are there with you?
Come again with the question, please.
How many people are there outside the UNHCR office in Tripoli?
Well, right now, as of this morning, we have approximately 2,700 persons in front of the CDC.
Thank you very much. Can you tell us more? Can you tell us, for example, what has happened last night?
Well, last night we had, there was a car accident. Our brother was knocked down by a car because we are just in the street and the cars keep on moving and, far from that. So accidentally he got knocked down and the driver, he didn't stop because he's a Libyan and he ran away. So we approached our brother and he was in a very, very terrible situation since we didn't have an immediate access to an ambulance or any nearby clinic. They took time to come. So there is a police checkpoint just close to us. We rushed to them to inform them that we have a person who has been knocked down and if they could help us with the vehicle to take him to the hospital. So they took him to Hochal private hospital where he was rushed with, some doctors. They tried to see what was going on and how they could help him until an ambulance came at 1 o'clock and took him to the Tripoli Central Hospital in the night, where he passed away. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I will continue.
Yes, please, if you can tell us a little bit how your story, or how has it been in the last few days during there at the protest?
Things has been very horrific in the last 4 weeks because since the beginning of the crackdowns on Grigarish, the people who managed to escape and those who didn't succeed in escaping, they were taken to detention centers where they spent over a week and later then they escaped. So when they escaped, they had nowhere to go. They had no safer place to go than to join their brothers who have been here at the CDC protesting and calling for protection because they feel that they are not protected. They are not, their rights are not respected by the authority and the organization. They're not cooperating with them in accordance to their situation. So in the last 4 weeks, a lot has been going on. People are starving. There is starvation. There is no shelter. You can see that there are these plastic tents everywhere because, and that this is not enough. This is not enough for them because it's in an open. They are exposed to car accident, as you saw last night. They are exposed to a lot of things, to cold and even hunger. They don't have access to toilets. And the organization, UNHCR, I mean, they are not just really doing great because they can't abandon over 3,000 people sleeping in an open like this with no access to basic need, to basic things in life. So that keeps them going. We have been forgotten here, and we continue to call, we continue to raise our voice, we continue to cry, because we need protection. We don't feel safe at all. We don't feel like we are humans. We are forgotten in this camp. And the world is watching, the authorities, they know that we are here, and the UNHCR know exactly what we are going through, what these women, what these pregnant women and children, what minors, sick men who have been ill-treated in detention centers, what they are going through exactly. And they can't deny this. We are being killed day and night in the sea and detention centers. And I mean, this is not something they are hiding. This is something which is happening publicly. You can see it all over social media. And we just need this to stop.
David, one very important point. The Pope last days speak about deportation by the so-called Libyan Coast Guard. What happened? What happened when so-called Libyan Coast Guard captured you on the sea? What happened after?
You know, the things that happens in the sea, I know so many of these actions go unreported because this happens in the sea where they have no access to cameras or people who can give out confidential information, reporting the abuses that they undergo or they are subjected to while being intercepted in the sea. Because we know we are trying to escape the horrors that we are experiencing here in Libya. And when we reach at the sea, we are then intercepted by the Libyan Coast Guard, fully funded by the Italian authorities and the EU member states that are contributing with a lot of millions to this cause, just to make sure that we do not reach Europe. And then we are ill-treated, people are beaten, people are tortured, and for women, they are raped. Even they are subjected to sexual businesses just to survive in exchange of water, in exchange of food. Well, in these concentration camps like Shara Zawiya, like we have Teresika, a lot of things are happening there. These people then, when they are brought, they are taken to detention centers where even they start to extort money from us. When they divide us, it's not always the official detention centers where we end up. We are divided to groups. Some are sent to illegal detention centers where they are tortured, they are humiliated just in a way that they can call their family to transfer a huge amount of money for their freedom. And this circle keeps on repeating itself. And the EU, the Italian authorities, the Maltese, where people are rescued in the such zone in the international waters, being brought back, and they know exactly what we are going through. And the Libyans, they do this because they feel like, okay, this is their business. They are being fully funded by the Italian authorities, by the EU member state to do this. And they feel proud. If they don't ill-treat us, if they don't torture us, if they don't kill us, they will not feel like they are doing their right job, because this is what the Italian authorities want them to do. They want to stop people from accessing their borders. They want to stop people from freeing the prosecutions back in their countries, from freeing the religious and political influences that influence them, that overcome them, that they cannot bear. When they reach in Libyan lands and they try to access the sea, the EU know that this is what they can do. And when they give this huge amount of money to the Libyans have nowhere to go. They only have the choice of praising their masters. They have to praise the Italian authorities in order to receive more funds. So this is what is happening, and it has been going for a decade. And this needs to stop. We are humans. We need to be respected. We are freeing a lot of things. We are freeing a lot of poverty. We are freeing a lot of civil wars in our countries. But we reach here, we meet the same. We meet the same things that we are freeing from back in our country. Can you hear me?
Yes, David. And someone in chat is asking if anyone is helping you at the moment in the street.
Well, to be frank with you, I won't lie to you that anyone is helping us. Even the organization who are in charge of these affairs, like the UNHCR, the IRC, the Red Cross, the IOM, who should be providing shelters to these people that you see here, women and children and sick people. As I can't keep on repeating the same words, so we are not receiving any help from any organization. The only thing that the UNHCR offered us is that they cannot provide immediate shelter in urban areas. They can only provide cash assistance and credit cards for people to go and find shelters themselves. But in this circle, people are afraid, and they know that exactly if they go back to the street, they will face the same torture, they will face the same circle. The government might accuse them of being into illegal activities and then recapture them and put them in these deteriorating concentration camps where they have no access to freedom or no nothing, where they are not regarded as human beings. So no organization is helping at all. And I testify to this because I have been here day and night and I witness every ill movement which is happening in this place.
Thank you, David.
Ciao, sono Fabio Tonacci di Repubblica. Posso fare una domanda a David?
Certo, vai, se la fai in italiano la traduco poi io.
No, la faccio in inglese. Hi David, it's Fabio Tonacci from Italy. I'm a foreign correspondent from La Repubblica. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. I didn't understand where you're from.
I'm from South Sudan.
Okay, South Sudan. I wonder how is the Libyan authorities are reacting to your protest?
Well, I won't lie to you. They are not. There is no reaction. They have been silent because, first and foremost, it is the organization. It is their responsibility of UNHCR acting in Libya to approach the authority that look and listen. These people have been provided with so and so document, which states that we are persons of concern, and therefore we should be respected and our rights should be protected. But this is not happening, and where we find our weakness, the weakness is here that the UNHCR are not supporting us, and the government, they are not reacting because they feel like, okay, the responsible authority organization are not cooperating with them to identify solutions to this problem, to find trajectories that can end the crisis of what refugees are going through. They are human rights, the abuses, but they are not reacting because they don't regard us as humans. All you can hear from them is that we are illegal, we entered Libya illegally, but we understand that we did enter the country illegally. Later than we registered with the UNHCR, which is existing in Libya. So they should respect us. They should value the document that is being provided by the UNHCR. But in contrary, we receive the negative part of that.
Okay, which nationalities are the people which are with you right now? You are from Sudan, but what about the other guys?
Sudan. I'm from South Sudan. Other nationalities are from Eritrea, from Ethiopia. We have Somalians, and Chadians, and Sub-Saharans who are here from Mali, from Gambia. We also have from Senegal.
Yeah.
So majority are from Sudan and Eritrea, then followed by Ethiopians.
Okay. And do you have a specific message you would like to deliver to our government, I mean, Italian government?
Well, I think it's specific because they know exactly what we are going through. They know the circles of violation that we have been subjected to, the humiliation, and our rights are not protected as human beings. We need them to make sure that their actions and their contributions to the Coast Guard who are intercepting people and then deporting them to detention centers where then they are possibly returned to their countries of origin. We need just, our message is just that we need them to respect our rights. We need them to stop cooperating with the Libyan Coast Guard and make sure that the people intercepted at sea are brought to lands of safety, not Libya, because we testify and confirm that Libya is not a safe land. Libya is not a safe country for us.
All right. I guess you ask for evacuation too from Libya.
Yes. Yes.
A safe evacuation.
Yes. Right now, you know, everyone here, the crowd that you are seeing here, the women and children who are afraid to go back to the street. A lot of men, people sleeping in an open area without shelter, without blankets. They are asking for protection. They need lands of safety. They need evacuation.
Okay. Last question for me. How all these happen? I mean, your protest, your presidium, when did it start? And how and why?
Well, the presidium, well, I will tell you how and why. It started on the 2nd of October on Thursday evening. And since then, we have been protesting. The reason is well known because Gilgamesh was a home to more than 10,000 inhabitants, you know, all from different nationalities. And they were asylum seekers, they were refugees, they were migrants. So when this false allegation came from the government that they were into drugs and prostitutions, thus forcing them to go and raid their houses and arrest them, women and children. You can't imagine a responsible authority taking a 2-month-old child to detention centers, being accused of selling drugs. In what law? What law? Where, in which country does this exist? Nowhere, just in Libya. You can't take a pregnant woman that they are accused of prostitution and you call them illegal. Well, they have documents. They are persons of concern to an organization. So for these reasons, people came here protesting because they feel unprotected by the government and by the authorities, by the organization, by responsible organizations that are supposed to take charge of these people and bring them to safety and protect their rights. So this is why people have been here, including me, calling for evacuation, calling for lands of safety, calling for our rights to be respected, calling for a liberation of our brothers who are currently detained in detention centers where they are subjected to inhuman treatment, to violation, to rapes and killings that goes unreported. Even when it goes reported, they always decrease the number that these people, okay, 1 people died, but we confirm today that despite rally testimonies from people who witnessed the escape from Hochschild detention centers, a lot of people died, but the authority came out and said that, okay, there was only 1 day's case. But this is not a case. Even IAM, they testify that 6 people passed away, but from different testimonies, from eyewitnesses, people who witnessed these horrific incidents, they say that more people died than what appears on social media and is stated by the authority. So we feel unsafe. We can't stay here anymore. We don't have any life here. We are not valued. Even when you work and you go back, you just walk in the street, you feel afraid. You feel that you are threatened. You feel that you are being traced. They take you, they torture you, they extort money from you, the little that you try to survive on with your family, with your friends, with people that you are surrounded with. We are being subjected to a lot of ill treatment, and we just can't bear this anymore. We have to speak about this. We have to put an end to this.
Okay, thank you very much, David. Stay strong.
Posso? David?
Yeah.
There is some question. Yeah. Okay. Caponetto from Rai News 24, Italian National TV. how many women and children are protesting with you outside in the street at the moment? First question. Second question, how long do you think you can resist to protest more?
Well, right now, women and children, we have an approximate number of 300 women and children. These are included in one number because we always count them as one. And for the resistance of the protest, we have no choice, and we will resist until the last breath that we have. Because we just can't go back to the Libyan community where we feel unsafe, where it is unsecure to sleep even. Even if you are in the toilet, you are afraid that something will happen and they will catch you unaware, and nobody will be there to witness and talk about you. So I assure you that people will continue to resist. People will continue to protest. People will continue to demonstrate and call for justice and call for equality and call for protection. The need of a question, we will be here until the last belief that we have, until every last one of us is killed in front of the CDC. We have nowhere to go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
اصبر شويه بس الزول ده برا.
Does anyone has more questions?
Yes. Do you want to go, everybody in Europe, or do you want to go in other countries? I know that some one of us wants to go to Rwanda or Niger in the camps.
Well, right now, it's a matter of protection and security. I want to assure you that the people here, their own dream right now is not only Europe. It's about accountability, you know? It's about where they can feel protected, where they can be valued as human beings. They need to be regarded and where they can invest in themselves. So anywhere, as you mentioned, Rwanda, Niger, or whatever country where they can be protected, where they can ensure that they are living as humans, they will go, including me. This is not a matter of Europe. It's not a matter of Canada or America or Australia. It's a matter of safety. It's about lives that are being threatened.
Okay. A safe place, safe country.
So, Connie, I think somebody is asking about the evacuation, which was taken to Gambia. I don't know what was her question.
Yes, I can ask also now like this. I just heard that some days ago, I think 130 or something like this, people were brought back to Gambia. Did you hear about that? It was done by IOM and they wrote that for a long time they couldn't do it, but now I think the Gambian government accepted it, probably for some money. And my question is, if you have any idea if these people really wanted to go back. I just heard that most of them want to leave again when they arrive, but do you know how this works, these so-called voluntary returns to countries of origin?
Well, I will tell you that these voluntary humanitarian return flights are not always, fully accepted by the people who benefit from this service, because they are subdued, they are forced by situation that they cannot bear, because nobody left, the people who left their country coming to Libya in search of protection and safety, or was it persecution that they freed from their country, coming here just to be returned back to their country of origin? No, the case is different because they are forced. They feel that, no, it's better to die at home than to die here in Libya. This is the case which is happening with the humanitarian voluntary return flights. People who get registered, and some people are forced to register for visa when they are locked up in detention centers, because you won't see any light. You are being held up in a place where no one has access to you. You don't have access to rights. You don't have freedom to do anything well in these concentration camps. The only choice that you are offered by the authority is to register for these voluntarily humanitarian flights back to the countries of origin. Have I answered your question?
Yes, thank you. And is it done for many countries? For example, also for Sudan, I can't imagine at the moment. But
yes, because I remember I myself have been in so many detention centers, which means the information I'm giving you is not from a second hand. This is, from my own experience, something that I have experienced in so many years that I have been here in Libya. Well, in detention centers, things that I have seen, I have witnessed people being forced to have no choice, no other alternative than to go back to their countries of origin. It doesn't only apply to Gambia, it applies to Sudan and to different nationalities, well, in these detention centers, because they wouldn't find you in your home and say, come, we are taking you back to your country. This deportation always comes while you are in the detention centers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But of
Can
course,
I ask also one question?
But of course, this is not what you demand. You demand to be brought to a country where it's safe, like in Europe or America or something like that. Huh? That's your demand.
Yes, yes.
There was a question before.
Is any possible also to contact you, because mostly my information is from Eritreans and Ethiopians, but for me to have the big picture, it is good also to hear it from other countries, like from the West Africa and something. And is any possible to contact you?
Hello, are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you because we need also contacts in Libya to get some more information. So is there any possibility to contact you through WhatsApp, something like that?
Yeah, sure. So long as we are contributing towards a cause, we are contributing towards, freedom and equality. We will keep on cooperating with whoever the surrounding of this circumstance brings us together with.
Yeah, thank you. We are from Germany, and mostly we have only information from Eritreans and Ethiopians, but our aim is to have the big picture and support any refugees who are suffering in Libya to create awareness. So that's why I'm asking your contact. Thank you.
Okay. You can collect it from, I think, from Selena, the host of this conference. She can forward you my contact. So.
Okay, thank you.
Sì. Però è successo anche se sente, quindi le do un bel po'.
David, I can see that there are others of your comrades connected with you.
Well, I'm not sure if others are connected because they might be busy with other activities or they don't have access to internet. So can you give them the ground if you see them, because I can't see all of them.
I can see
it's not
Sheikh or
Yeah.
Majid.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, Majid.
How are you doing?
We're okay. How are you?
I'm fine, good, no problem.
Would you like to tell us, for example, in the chat, they're asking about if you can tell us a bit more about how the UNHCR is reacting, if they're speaking to you at all? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, okay, thank you very much for having me at this chance, exactly. And personally, what I would like to say, UNHCR, it's not doing something for us at all, because they use even to, they told us before they don't want even to help us, and they are saying that we shouldn't have to be in this place and we should leave the place, because it is obviously when they say it like that, because they don't want refugees to stay in front of the UNHCR exactly, because but what I would like to say exactly, as you know, when we have been in front of the UNHCR exactly, the situation, our situation, we have been forced to be in this case. No one told us, or no one wants to be in this case, but unfortunately we have been forced to be in this situation. So and at the same time we have been forced, they have chased us from our home and houses, and at the same time also they put us in the prison and they killed us. But no one wants even to give a clear idea for us that there is a solution will come to us. But what I would like to say, the situation of the refugee every day and every time, as I am the one of the committee of the refugee here, so the situation every day is deteriorating. The situation, as I told you, is deteriorating because we have an illness people here, and we have a lot of people and women, pregnant women, and even we have people whom they can't even go, unable people. So, and also the violence is using, as we suppose, we say that UNHCR, in front of UNHCR, we're supposed to be in a security, but unfortunately, we feel in fear, in phobia in front of UNHCR, because every day and every time when we wake up, we feel with the phobia. Something may happen to us, and something may be for us, because as you see, as you know, so also there is, as I told you, there is a violence situation against us, and yesterday also we have someone has been killed beside of someone has been killed beside of Libyan people. So now they confirmed that this guy, we take him, yesterday we took him to the hospital, and this morning they confirmed that this guy is dead already. Because this situation, as I told you, and also before 2 weeks also, we have someone also has been killed in front of UNHCR here, and the situation is every day. So also we have a lot of people has been injured and wounded because of violence which is using here. So this is a real case and a recent situation. Situation is not likely, but unfortunately we are living a life that we don't want to live, but we need a security and we need a safety place. And if a question from Libya, we need the place can respect us as we are a human being. So that's what we want. So this is what is going on here in Libya.
Thank you, Majid.
Thank you so much, Majid. Thank you so much.
Thank you. If there is any question, I'm ready. Yeah, actually, I escaped from detention center, and they have took me to the prison, and we have 7 days in the prison, no sleep. We can't even sleep. and we are just standing up every day and every time. You can find in one room, you can find there is 100 person. There is just standing up, no sleep. This is what I see in my eyes, and every day they used to kill 2 persons from the refugee, and this is a real situation. 2 people from the refugee, and in order to scare people not to make something in order to get out from the prison. So, and at the end, when there is not any people, when there's not any help from different kind of the organization, people, they force themselves to break the prison and to get out, and then they escape from the prison, and I'm one of them, and I have escaped from prison. So when we have escaped from the prison, we have lost a lot of our friends. Even I have one of my friends, I have been with him in the room, and now up to now I don't know where is him exactly, if he's alive or dead. Up to now I don't know. So also before 1 week, there is a news come to us. There is a funeral of the people, 35%, 35 people, I mean. So they find them. They have been put in the critical in some place. So those people, I mean, the human right in Libya is not existing, because our situation is not likely. Our situation is not likely. So right now, I am going to give you what is going on here. You can see by your eyes, as you see. So those people, just they haven't even the place to go and to sit. As you see in front of your eyes, people, they are standing up. The place that they are standing up, they used to sleep in the same place, in the street. So, and here is the street as you see right now, okay? And those, they are sleeping here. So look at this. So look at those people. So,
how do the neighbors react to this? They run you over. The neighbors in this quarter, how they react?
What?
Okay, well, I think I can give an answer to that question, if you never mind.
Yeah, hi, welcome.
Can I speak now?
Yeah, go on.
Now I'm asking the host.
My question again, I just wanted to know how the neighbors in the street react to you. One drove you over, but how are there people who are helping you, or is everybody against you?
Well, I will, there are multiple reactions from people, because in every community, there are people who can pity, because we are being pitied by the passers-by who can come and drop some bread and then go. But the neighbors where we are living right now are really acting aggressive to us. And I will tell you the reason why, because people have no access to toilets, people have no access to bathrooms. So when they need to ease themselves, they just drop these things just by the roadside, because they don't have access to where they can drop this waste which comes out of their body. So in this way, the neighbors and the community are acting aggressive, because they feel that this can bring some different diseases, can bring infectious diseases like cholera, and people will die. So definitely. So I will say that there are different reactions from people. There are people who try to understand why we are being put in this situation. But there is nothing they can do, because it is the responsibility of the government. It is the responsibility of the organization where we are camping right now, to make sure that we are protected. We are given basic assistance, basic needs, and access to toilets, bathrooms, and even parts for children and women, so that when waste come out of the body, it can be dropped in a place which it is meant for. But this is not happening. And this is just the situation, as you see, causing people when they come around aggressive, they just.
You're mute, David. Your microphone is off.
Knock and go, like what? Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Okay, if there isn't other questions, we can stop the press conference. And we hope that this press conference can break the wall of silence about this struggle, extraordinary struggle for us and for all, for the human rights in our epoch. And we, like Mediterranea, I don't know Amnesty, but I give the speech to Ilaria after. Like Mediterranea, we support in all the way this struggle, and we make action because the Italian authority in primis, but European governments in general, take a decision about evacuation. Italian authorities and government are have a responsibility about this situation in Libya. They build the system of Libya, the horrible system of Libya for migrants, for human rights. And now they must decide a mass evacuation, support this humanitarian action by Italian government, mass evacuation from Libya, because this is the only solution. And we also make action now for protect the spokespersons and the person active in this fight in Tripoli, protect from the violence, probably, and for support the resistance in Tripoli and in Libya. And we make this from land and from the sea. In next week, we start with another ship, Mare Ionio, on the sea, and we support the fight in all the way. Thank you, David, and stay strong to all the presidium.
Thank you so much. And I will have one last message to the world, to all heads of the state, not only the Italian authorities and the EU members.
Yeah.
So our message is to the international communities, international human rights organizations like Amnesty. We need them, and even the EU, the lawmakers within the EU member states, the policy makers who are, giving opportunities or giving permissions to the Italian authorities to fund the Libyan Coast Guard, to cooperate with the relevant authorities to stop this and to respect our rights. We want more advocates, we want more human rights activists to support us, to stand with us in solidarity, to fight towards this cause, to fight towards equality and justice, regardless of our color, regardless of our religions, to fight for us as humans, because we deserve to live. We have the right to life. We have the right to seek asylum because we are being forced to flee. We have the right to protection. They should protect our rights. So we are looking for freedom because it is our freedom. We deserve it. And we appreciate the solidarity of Mediterranean, of Amnesty, of all the activists, of all the journalists who took their time to participate in this press conference, to raise our voice, to amplify our cry, to amplify our situation to the world and make it go viral in a case that it may stop. So this is our last message to the world and to you in the studio, and to all the people who have participated in this cause and who are largely contributing towards this cause of justice and equality. We thank you so much, and there's from us, we have a huge hug to all of you. From these children that you see, the women, all of them are greeting, they are appreciating, and we also appreciate the message of Pope Francis. We accept and we appreciate his closeness to us in this struggle that we are going through. It is really a very difficult and challenging time for us, for people to sleep outside without access to water, without access to baths. So it is a very, very challenging time that humans don't deserve to be here, regardless of our nationalities, regardless of our colors and our faith. So this is our message, and we thank you all.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Majid, and all the people over there for raising all these important issues. I think our role now is, as you were saying, amplifying the messages you share. You said there are no other option. The only option is to keep protesting for our rights. And I think our role as organizations, journalists, civil society is to spread your messages and give you the possibility to be heard by institutions, by decision makers, and share your main calls. The urgency of protection, I think, is the most urgent call you share. And then the evacuation, safe evacuation from Libya. And I was saying before, there's another call that we can push as a civil society organization, and that's a call of ceasing the cooperation with Libya, because this cooperation means abuses, means violation, means the horrible conditions you're facing over there. So I think the important point of this conference is keeping people together and support your call from Libya, and acting now to seize violations over there. We would definitely keep in touch with all the people in this conference call and keep fighting to change things over there. And be sure that we will keep working to obtain human rights in Libya and everywhere.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all, and we close now the press conference, and we stay in touch with the Presidium of Tripoli every day, and we hope that we are all together in this fight. Is a fight for all the humanity. Thank you. A big hug, David, a big hug, Mayed, a big hug to all.